Federal government activates emergency protocols, begins evacuation of Nigerians from Lebanon. Hydroelectric Power Producing Areas Development Commission advises residents living in Kogi flood-prone areas to relocate to higher grounds. National Park Service empowers FCT forest guards to fight wildlife crimes. Hello and welcome to the news desk at 6 on Nta News24. We are live in Abuja. I am Olajide Bedlo. Federal government says it has activated emergency protocols to ensure the swift and safe evacuation of Nigerians back home from Lebanon as soon as possible following the escalating conflict between Israel and Hezbollah. Spokesperson of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Eche Abu Obe, in a statement says presently, about 500 Nigerians have registered with the Nigerian mission in Lebanon. However, there are more than 2,000 Nigerian citizens residing in the country. Ministry of Foreign Affairs explains that the Nigerian embassy in Beirut has been issuing several advisories since the conflict started for citizens to stay indoors and follow local authorities' instruction, and appeals to those who have not registered with the embassy to do so through the email info@mfa.gov.ng. The Foreign Affairs Ministry is coordinating the evacuation exercise to ensure the safe return of Nigerians from that country. The federal government has been commended for significant strides in the war against banditry and insurgency in the Northwest. Speaking to newsmen on the positive collaborations which have led to the elimination of various terrorist kingpins, Senator representing Kaduna Central in the 8th Senate, Shehu Sani, called for sustenance of momentum, urging defense chiefs and Minister of State for Defense and the National Security Advisor not to be distracted by unscrupulous elements. He also spoke on the specific roles of both the Senate and House of Representatives.
There is a significant decline in the activities of these terrorists. And in the last 1.5 years, we must appreciate the fact that many of these terrorists and bandit leaders in the Northwest have been eliminated. Let's appreciate the fact that there are improvements we can see on the ground today, because the Office of National Security Advisor, led by Ribadu and the Chief of Defense Staff, and particularly the presence of the Minister of State for Defense with his movement to Sokoto State, we can see that there is a serious decline in terms of reports of mass abductions as we used to see them in the past. The Constitution of the country and the National Assembly has given the Senate the exclusive responsibility to approve the political appointments of Mr. President, and not the House of Reps. But there can't be any law in the country without the two houses concurring.
In furtherance of the drive to actualize his command philosophy of transforming the Nigerian Air Force for greater agility and resilience to effectively project air power in meeting all national security imperatives, the Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, conducted an operational tour of NAF units in Enugu and Port Harcourt. Deputy Director Public Relations and Information, Group Captain Kabir Ali, indicates that the purpose of the visit was to evaluate operational readiness and infrastructural development of the units with a view to enhancing their efficiency and effectiveness. In Enugu, the Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar visited the 405 Helicopter Combat Training Group and the International Helicopter Flying School to inspect various facilities. interacted with personnel and discussed ways to improve operational performance. He emphasized the importance of maintaining high levels of preparedness to meet current and emerging security challenges, reiterating his commitment to implementing developmental projects and procuring critical service facilities that will elevate the standards of the unit. Air Marshal Abubakar extended the tour to 115 Special Operations Group in Port Harcourt, reiterating the same mission of assessing operational readiness and identifying areas for infrastructural upgrades. The operational visits underscore Air Marshal Abubakar's unrelenting determination to improve the NAV's air power capabilities through strategic infrastructural enhancement as well as robust operational, logistical and welfare support. As part of its efforts to rid the state of criminality, the Enugu state government has demolished a property linked to kidnapping activities in Ogu local government area. Ogu reports that landowners were advised to be mindful of activities being perpetuated on their property.
Demolition of the duplex at Amabo Owele Court in Ogu local government area followed an incident which occurred in May this year when a young man was abducted in Enugu town and taken to the building, with a video of him sent to his family asking for ransom. Through the help of security agencies, the building was tracked, the victim rescued and the criminals apprehended. He said cash, arms and ammunition were recovered.
The property you see us taking down right now is a place where a horrendous criminal activity happened. The government of Pitamba is concerned with security.
He warned owners of properties in Enugu to hand over the properties to trusted and reliable caretakers, as the state government will not spare any property identified as kidnappers' den.
Every landlord, once you put up a house in Enugu, we hold you responsible for any criminality that happens in your property. And once it becomes a violent crime, kidnapping, killing, in line with the law that was made by our predecessors in Enugu State, we will enforce it to the letter.
Meanwhile, the property has been confiscated by the state government as the exercise continues. In Enugu, Chika Ugu, NTA News.
The National Assembly is to consider appropriating constituency projects to domicile in the Federal University of Transportation, Daura, to enhance infrastructure requirements of the Young Specialized Institution of Learning. Committee on Transportation of the Senate and House of Representatives, in company of the Minister of Transportation, disclosed this during an oversight visit to Daura, Katsina State. Ladi Bala has the details.
Oversight visit is the first by the Joint Committee on the Pioneer Specialized University in Africa, and the Vice Chancellor did not leave anything to chance in explaining the curriculum of the school.
The program we are running, there's no any university here in Nigeria you can get this university, because even the civil engineers, the electrical engineers, the mechanical, mechatronics are directly for transportation.
Questions bordering on federal character principle, employment of qualified lecturers, and staying focused on the objective of the university were raised by some of the legislators.
I would want you not to be tempted by this urge of trying to populate your university for the essence of having internally generated revenue and not derail from your focus.
This is one of the best oversight I have had. What we see on site is unprecedented.
Do you have a program of distributing your students across the 6 geopolitical zones?
We are also very happy that it has taken off, even though a lot has been done, but a lot need to be done. We will talk to our colleagues. Apart from us being committee members, we will talk to other committees to also domicile their project in this university.
The idea of the university itself is a specialized university. What made it specialized? Because we have specialized courses that they are going to undertake training in both character and learning.
The University of Transportation Daura was built and donated to Nigerian government by a Chinese contracting firm, CCECC, as part of its corporate social responsibility to the country. The university is dedicated to developing professionals in transportation and railway engineering and related fields in the transport sector. In Abuja, Ladibala, NTA News.
Hydroelectric Power Producing Areas Development Commission, HYPADEC, has urged residents living on floodplains in flood-prone local government areas in Kogi State to relocate to higher ground. The call is part of efforts to prevent another occurrence of past flood events. Solomon Ayedein reports.
Anxiety spreads in Kogi State as the water levels of the Niger and Benue rivers continue to rise. The communities living along the riverbanks prepare for what appears to be an unavoidable disaster. In Kogi local government area, Edeha and other riverine communities are already submerged, leaving residents displaced.
What we're dealing with here is numerous villages. It's quite a chunk of communities.
In response to this threat, the Hydroelectric Power Producing Areas Development Commission, HYPADEC, has taken action. Engaging with local leaders and stakeholders, the Commission launched a flood sensitization campaign. The first stop was the palace of the Ohimegeigu of Kotonkarfe, His Royal Majesty Seidu Akau Salihu, where district and community heads from vulnerable areas gathered. The managing director of HYPADEC, Abubakar Yelwa, represented by the Director of Administration and Finance, Jimo Gabi, delivered a message urging immediate relocation to higher ground to minimize the impact of the coming flood.
The flood is here, and we should do all it takes to make sure it's seamless all through the joining of flood in our communities.
From Kotonkarfe, the HYPADEC team moved to the palace of the Megeri of Lokoja, seeking the royal father's support in spreading the message to his subjects, especially those in remote areas. The officials also met with key stakeholders before heading to Kwata Market, an area vulnerable to flooding. Here, HYPADEC emphasized the need for action, recalling the destruction caused by the floods of 2012 and 2022. A similar message was delivered at the Palace of the Atai Gala in Ida, where Alhaji Jimo Gabi reaffirmed HYPADEC's commitment to the safety of the people. The Commission plans to conduct a needs assessment and community mapping within the next 2 weeks, urging cooperation from the residents to ensure the success of the program. In Lokoja, Solomon Ayedehi, NTA News.
The Kogi State government has opened up a 5-kilometer alternative route along Ganaja-Ajaokuta Road to serve as a bypass in case the original Ganaja Road become impassable due to flooding. This proactive step was taken by the Kogi State Flood Disaster Response Team to ameliorate possible hardship should the main Ganaja Road be obstructed by flood as the waters approach the danger threshold. The state governor, Ahmed Usman Ododo, had earlier directed the Flood Disaster Response Team to immediately open up an alternative road to ensure that motorists do not suffer from the hardship of possible blockage of the main road by the increasing level of flood waters in the area. The governor reiterated his administration's commitment to ensuring that motorists and passengers are not subjected to hellish experience on the road. The chairman of the Flood Disaster Response Team and the deputy governor of the state, Comrade Joel Salifo Ibo, said the response team had responded swiftly to the directive of the governor to quickly open up an alternate road in that area. The State Commissioner for Information and Communications and a member of the team, Kingsley Fawu, who spoke to newsmen after inspecting the work on Sunday, said the flood had reached a devastating stage at the moment. He noted that the popular Ganaja-Ajaokuta Road remained the gateway to the southeast and south Nigeria, and it is used by hundreds of thousands of commuters every day. This is the News Desk at 6 on Nta News24. Let's take a break now. More reports when we return.
From the creeks of the Niger Delta to the breathtaking scenery of the plateau. In noonday and nighttime, we set out to bring to you captivating stories that evoke your emotions. For fascinating documentaries and reports on day-to-day issues with expert analysis, tune in to NTA News 24, DSTV Channel 419, GoTV Channel 26, StarTimes Channel 101 and 433, and Free TV Channel 703.
Thanks for being there. The Action People's Party, APP, has won 22 out of the 23 chairmanship seats in the just concluded Rivers State local government election. According to the results read by the chairman, State Independent Electoral Commission, Adolphus Nebeli, the candidate of Action Alliance, is a Dimamwafo emerged winner of Iche local government area. According to the chairman, he polled the highest number of votes to earn the victory. The result also shows that the APP got 314 electoral wards, APC 1 ward, while LP, SDP and YPP also got 1 electoral ward each. The newly elected council chairmen have been sworn in today, October 6, 2024, in a function conducted by the state governor, Siminalayi Fubara. The capacity of 30 FCTA forest guards under the project implementation unit of the Agro-Climatic Resilience in Semi-Arid Landscapes and the National Park Service has been enhanced to consolidate the fight against wildlife crimes, banditry and illegal mining activities in the forest. Charles Alpha reports.
For 5 days, these guards were engaged in a compact and empowering training which focused on enhancing their understanding, skills, and professionalism in forest resources protection and management. The training provided the participants the opportunity to explore various categories of protected and conserved areas, honing on the specific duties and characteristics that make them exemplary forest guards, critical skills in anti-poaching strategies, intelligence gathering, and effective surveillance techniques.
We are going to give them a GPS with a particular coordinate. We'll ask them to go to that coordinate. When they get to that coordinate, they will end up at an endpoint.
Conservator General of the National Park Service, Ibrahim Goni, at the closing ceremony of the intensive training said the participants play a crucial role not only in preserving natural heritage, but also in safeguarding the myriad ecosystem services that the Nigerian forests provide.
Your training in plant and animal identification alongside vegetation sampling lays the groundwork for better understanding of our rich biodiversity and the urgent need for its conservation.
What we are doing today is specific in protecting the forest resources of the FCT. It is measurable, it is achievable, and it is realistic.
The participants are expected to know the nitty-gritty of the FCDA bylaws governing the forests. Charles Alpha, NTA News.
In its urban renewal drive, the Abia State government has begun implementation of remodeling major markets in Aba to give the commercial city a facelift. The latest action is the demolition of the Koha shopping center. Ikechukwu Ndukwe reports.
Ekoha Market, known by many as shopping center, predates the creation of Abia State. Located at the heart of the commercial city, several views of the original plan of the mall has become a source of worry as integrity tests of the building can no longer be guaranteed.
When you visit Ekoha Market, which is shopping center, cemetery, Ayohon and Ariaya, the gory state of these infrastructures is too depicting. In fact, it's too shameful to behold. Can you imagine that some people travel all the way from Enugu to Port Harcourt to purchase goods that were bought in Aba down to Port Harcourt because of the gory state of the market?
From the video I see about the market, when completed, it will compete favorably with the best global standardized markets in the other parts of the world.
The demolition exercise by state government, therefore, is to pave way for its remodeling as parts of the building keeps cracking and falling despite reinforcements at different times.
3 or 4 places have fallen due to the excess of the goods inside the and also the structure of the shops. And if you watch around the market, you will see that the structure of the market is not valuable at all.
I have shops inside the market, but I'm very happy. It's only this governor that can do it.
Ekoha Market deals primarily on clothing. Ikechukundukwe, NTA News.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, with women around the world being united through a series of activities aimed at highlighting issues around the disease. Deborah Balagbobo reports that women in Abuja also joined the Pink October trend with a sensitization campaign at Jabi Lake Park.
Thank you very much, everybody. Look towards the chest and the stomach. You're looking to see whether the chest is rising or falling, right?
Cleanliness, they say, is next to godliness. And this is what the Pink October group is highlighting, drawing the attention of Nigerians on the need to be health conscious by keeping the environment clean, while also creating awareness about breast cancer with free testing.
Let's bring those people together and try to do something. That's the reason why we have physiotherapy here. We're doing health checks as well. They can check your vitals. They're doing manual checks for early detection of breast cancer, because you know early detection for breast cancer is the best. If you detect it early, you can find a solution.
Everybody knows that October is an awareness month for breast cancer, so that's the essence of this event, to sensitize people about breast cancer, to have people that, if possible, people that have survived it to come over and talk and give us their testimonies, and also to give back to our society.
Create awareness on cancer, particularly the breast cancer. It's a serious public health concern. It's ravaging humanity, and so in occasions like this, it's important that we draw attention to it.
The environmental officials should be going round. Anybody found doing that kind of a thing, they find them. They should stop it. We should try and keep our environment very clean. The better for us.
The exercise, they say, will be an annual event to further push down the message of healthy living. In Abuja, Deborah Balagbobo, NTA News.
The federal government has mapped out the sum of 254 million naira for the revamping of healthcare facilities in Enugu State. The Executive Director, National Primary Healthcare Development Agency, Dr. Muyaino, disclosed this during a working visit to Enugu State. Chika Ogu reports.
Inspecting health facilities at the Enugu Zonal Office, the Executive Director, Primary Healthcare Development Agency, said one of the fundamental priorities of President Ahmed Bola Tinubu's administration is to improve the health sector, especially the primary health centers. He said Enugu State is one of the beneficiaries of the ongoing revitalization of primary health care facilities across the country, noting that the agency has completed assessment of 253 health facilities in the state.
We were able to make important decisions that will really move forward primary healthcare services in Enugu State. The state is already doing a lot. We're also supporting that in terms of revitalizing the primary health centers to make them better.
Earlier on arrival, the Executive Director had paid a courtesy visit to Governor Peter Mba, where he applauded the ongoing construction of 260 Type 2 healthcare centers, as well as the state government's promptness in releasing counterpart funding. Appreciative of the federal government's intervention in primary health care in the state, Governor Mba said his administration has put modalities in place to ensure universal health coverage.
A lot of what we see in terms of programs and projects from the federal government are quite in sync with our governance philosophy.
The visit to Enugu was geared towards strengthening partnership with the state government to ensure quality and affordable health care delivery. In Enugu, Chika Ugu, NTA News.
And that concludes the news desk at 6 on NTA News 24. Thanks for watching. I am Olajide Bello.